The merchant princes, commercial dynasties and economic power. The master of commercial networks. In the opulent trading chambers of Tenochtitlan's merchant quarter, where vast commercial dynasties controlled economic networks spanning the continent and powerful Pochteca families wielded political influence through strategic market manipulation, Tlacaelel Pochteca, the most influential merchant prince in imperial commerce, coordinated emergency negotiations with rival trading houses while understanding that authentic commercial power required not merely accumulated wealth but sophisticated economic strategy that could influence imperial policy, control essential trade routes, and maintain competitive advantages, serving both family prosperity and imperial economic stability through systematic attention to market dynamics, political relationships, and commercial intelligence operations. The crisis meeting involved coordinating responses to aggressive trade expansion by the Aztec Merchant Confederation, whose systematic undercutting of established pricing agreements threatened to destabilize regional commercial relationships while challenging the traditional dominance of Tenochtitlan-based trading houses in crucial luxury goods markets. The Aztec Confederation has established direct trading relationships with coastal cacao producers, bypassing our traditional intermediary arrangements while offering premium pricing that undermines our profit margins. Tlacaelel explained to representatives of the 5 major merchant dynasties during the emergency coordination session. However, their aggressive expansion has created supply chain vulnerabilities that we can exploit through strategic coordination with our established partner networks and political relationships. This commercial analysis reflected the sophisticated economic competition that characterized imperial trade relationships, where different merchant families competed for market control while maintaining the cooperative relationships necessary for managing complex international trading networks and political coordination with imperial authorities. The market intelligence gathering required systematic monitoring of trade route conditions, competitor activities, supply chain developments, and political circumstances that affected commercial opportunities, while providing essential information for strategic decision-making and competitive positioning in volatile economic environments. Recent intelligence indicates increasing political instability in eastern territories, affecting jade supply routes, while southern feather merchants report unusual demand patterns, suggesting potential military campaign preparations, reported Yautl, the intelligence coordinator who managed information gathering operations, supporting commercial strategy development and competitive analysis. This intelligence capability provided essential foundations for commercial strategy while demonstrating the integration of political monitoring with economic planning that enabled successful merchant families to anticipate market changes and competitive challenges. The political influence coordination involved managing relationships with imperial administrators, regional governors, and foreign diplomatic representatives whose decisions affected trade regulations, taxation policies, and market access opportunities essential for maintaining commercial advantage and territorial expansion. The political relationships included formal trading partnerships with imperial officials who provided regulatory favorable treatment in exchange for commercial intelligence and economic support, informal consultation arrangements with regional administrators whose cooperation was essential for territorial market access, and diplomatic connections with foreign representatives who facilitated international trade negotiations. Current political coordination includes consultation arrangements with 3 regional governors, formal advisory relationships with imperial taxation authorities, and ongoing diplomatic communication with Tlaxcalan trade representatives regarding potential commercial alliance opportunities. Detailed Sitlali, the political liaison who specialized in managing relationships between commercial interests and political authorities, This political integration demonstrated how economic power translated into political influence while providing frameworks for protecting commercial interests through strategic relationship management and institutional collaboration. The trade route monopolization strategies involved establishing exclusive access arrangements, controlling essential supply chains, and developing alternative transportation networks that created competitive advantages while preventing rival merchant families from accessing crucial market opportunities. The monopolization efforts focused on securing exclusive trading rights with key producers of luxury goods, including tropical bird feathers, precious jade, specialized textiles, and exotic cacao varieties, whose limited availability enabled pricing control and market dominance for merchant families possessing exclusive access agreements. Current monopolization initiatives include exclusive feather trading agreements with 3 major producers, secured jade supply arrangements covering 60% of regional output, and alternative transportation route development that reduces dependence on traditional causeway systems, analyzed Zoketil, the strategic coordinator who managed competitive positioning and market control operations. These monopolization strategies provided sustainable competitive advantages while demonstrating the systematic approaches to market control that enabled powerful merchant families to maintain economic dominance despite aggressive competition from rival trading houses. The commercial diplomacy operations involved negotiating trade agreements, resolving commercial disputes, and establishing new market relationships with foreign trading partners whose cooperation was essential for expanding international commerce and accessing exotic goods unavailable through domestic sources. Recent diplomatic initiatives include trade agreement negotiations with Maya chocolate producers, commercial dispute resolution with Zapotec textile manufacturers, and exploratory discussions with Purepecha copper suppliers regarding potential partnership opportunities, reported Milentica, the commercial diplomat who specialized in international trade relationship management and foreign market development. This commercial diplomacy provided access to international markets while demonstrating how merchant families operated as quasi-diplomatic entities representing imperial commercial interests in foreign territories and international trade negotiations. The competitive response strategies required developing systematic approaches to market competition, price warfare, and supply chain disruption that could neutralize rival merchant activities while protecting established market positions and customer relationships. The competitive strategies included coordinated pricing responses designed to maintain market share while preserving profit margins, strategic partnership development that created alternative supply sources and reduced competitive vulnerabilities, and targeted disruption of rival supply chains through political pressure and economic leverage. Competitive response protocols include coordinated pricing strategies among allied merchant houses, development of alternative supply networks that bypass competitor-controlled routes, and strategic utilization of political relationships to create regulatory challenges for aggressive competitors, outlined Nikali, the competitive strategist who managed market warfare operations and defensive commercial positioning. These competitive responses demonstrated sophisticated understanding of market dynamics while providing frameworks for maintaining commercial advantage during challenging economic competition and market disruption. The financial resource coordination involved managing vast capital resources, investment portfolios, and credit arrangements that enabled large-scale commercial operations while providing economic leverage for political influence and market manipulation activities. Current financial resources include liquid capital reserves equivalent to 40,000 cacao bean loads, investment portfolios spanning 12 different commodity categories, and credit arrangements with 6 major financial institutions, enabling rapid capital deployment for strategic opportunities, calculated Itzpapalotl, the financial coordinator who managed monetary resources and investment strategies supporting commercial operations. This financial capability provided foundation for commercial power while demonstrating how accumulated wealth translated into economic leverage that enabled market manipulation and political influence through strategic resource deployment and investment activities. The supply chain management required coordinating complex networks of producers, transporters, and distributors whose efficient operation was essential for maintaining reliable product delivery while minimizing costs and maximizing profit margins across diverse geographic regions and market segments. The supply chains included direct relationships with primary producers of luxury goods, exclusive transportation arrangements that ensured reliable delivery schedules, and specialized storage facilities that maintained product quality while providing inventory management capability for seasonal demand fluctuations. Supply chain operations include direct partnerships with 43 primary producers, exclusive transportation agreements covering 12 major trade routes, and storage facility networks capable of maintaining inventory for 6-month demand cycles. Detailed Thijs Huitel, the logistics coordinator who managed operational aspects of commercial networks and supply chain efficiency. These operational capabilities provided reliable foundation for commercial success while demonstrating the sophisticated logistics management that enabled large-scale trading operations across vast territorial distances and diverse market conditions. The customer relationship management involved maintaining long-term partnerships with major buyers, developing new market segments, and providing specialized services that created customer loyalty while ensuring continued demand for commercial products and services. Customer relationship management includes exclusive supply agreements with major noble houses, specialized service arrangements for imperial ceremonial requirements, and market development initiatives targeting emerging luxury consumption segments among successful warrior families, reported Huitel during customer service coordination planning. This customer focus provided sustainable revenue foundation while demonstrating how successful merchant families built lasting commercial relationships rather than pursuing short-term profit maximization strategies that could undermine long-term market position. The innovation and product development involved identifying new commercial opportunities, developing specialized products, and creating unique service offerings that provided competitive differentiation while meeting evolving customer demands and market requirements. Innovation initiatives include development of specialized textile products combining traditional techniques with exotic materials, creation of unique ceremonial goods designed for specific religious observances, and experimental transportation services utilizing alternative route networks, outlined Sitlali during product development planning sessions. These innovation efforts provided competitive advantages while demonstrating how successful merchant families continued expanding their commercial capabilities rather than relying solely on traditional product lines and established market relationships. The risk management and contingency planning involved developing strategies for managing commercial uncertainties, supply chain disruptions, and political instabilities that could affect trading operations while ensuring business continuity during challenging circumstances. Risk management protocols include diversified supply source development, alternative route planning for critical trade corridors, political relationship redundancy that provides multiple channels for regulatory influence, and financial reserve maintenance sufficient for 12-month autonomous operations, detailed Zocatil during contingency planning discussions. These risk management approaches provided operational resilience while demonstrating systematic thinking about commercial vulnerabilities and strategic planning for maintaining business operations during challenging political and economic circumstances. The next generation preparation involved training family members, developing succession plans, and establishing institutional knowledge preservation systems that ensured continued commercial success across generations, while adapting to changing market conditions and political circumstances. Succession planning includes comprehensive commercial education for family members, systematic knowledge documentation of trading relationships and operational procedures, and gradual responsibility transfer that maintains continuity while enabling innovation, noted Milentica during family planning coordination activities. This institutional thinking provided long-term sustainability while demonstrating how successful merchant dynasties created enduring commercial power rather than pursuing short-term wealth accumulation strategies that could not survive changing political and economic conditions. The imperial economic integration involved coordinating merchant family activities with broader imperial economic policies while ensuring that commercial operations supported rather than undermined imperial political objectives and territorial stability requirements. Imperial economic coordination includes consultation with imperial administrators regarding taxation and trade regulation policies, collaboration with military authorities on supply chain security requirements, and communication with diplomatic representatives about international trade relationship implications, analyzed Nikali during imperial coordination planning. This institutional integration demonstrated how commercial power operated within broader political frameworks, while showing how successful merchant families balanced private economic interests with imperial political requirements and territorial stability needs. The competitive alliance building involved creating partnerships with other merchant families, establishing mutual support agreements, and developing collaborative strategies that strengthened overall commercial position while maintaining individual family competitive advantages. Alliance coordination includes formal partnership agreements with 3 allied merchant houses, mutual support arrangements for market defense against aggressive competitors, and collaborative development initiatives that create shared competitive advantages, outlined Itzpapalotl during alliance planning activities. These collaborative strategies provided enhanced competitive capability while demonstrating how successful merchant families balanced cooperation with competition in complex commercial environments requiring both individual excellence and collective coordination. The market expansion strategies involved identifying new commercial opportunities, developing untapped market segments, and establishing trading relationships in previously inaccessible territories that could provide growth opportunities and competitive advantages. Market expansion initiatives include exploratory trading missions to northern territories, development of new luxury market segments among provincial elites, and establishment of trading partnerships with previously independent communities seeking commercial relationships, reported Tioxi during expansion planning sessions. These growth strategies provided sustainable development frameworks while demonstrating how successful merchant families continued expanding their commercial influence rather than maintaining static market positions that could become vulnerable to competitive pressure. The technological and methodological innovation involved developing improved trading techniques, enhanced transportation methods, and superior business practices that created operational advantages while setting new standards for commercial excellence and market efficiency. Technological innovation includes improved cargo preservation methods that extend product shelf life, enhanced transportation techniques that reduce shipping costs and delivery times, and advanced record-keeping systems that provide superior commercial intelligence and operational efficiency, detailed Sitlali during innovation coordination activities. These technological improvements provided competitive advantages while demonstrating how commercial innovation enabled continued market leadership through systematic attention to operational excellence and methodological improvement. As afternoon negotiations concluded with preliminary agreements for coordinated responses to competitive challenges and strategic collaboration frameworks, Talaki reflected on the complex responsibilities that commercial leadership entailed. These merchant dynasties wielded economic power that influenced imperial policy while building commercial networks that connected diverse territories through trade relationships and economic interdependence. The merchant princes who managed these sophisticated commercial operations served as essential architects of imperial economic prosperity, whose expertise enabled the empire to access exotic goods while generating wealth that supported territorial expansion and administrative sophistication through systematic commercial development and international trade relationships. Through careful attention to competitive strategy, political coordination, supply chain management, and international relationship development, merchant dynasties created frameworks for economic power that served both private prosperity and imperial strength through systematic commercial excellence and strategic market development. The merchant princes of the Aztec Empire represented sophisticated integration of commercial expertise, political strategy, and international relationship management that enabled complex economic networks to flourish while supporting imperial expansion through systematic trade development and commercial diplomacy. The commercial dynasties they built became foundations of imperial economic power that connected regional prosperity with international trade, while demonstrating how economic expertise could create political influence through systematic commercial development and strategic relationship management, serving both private wealth and imperial economic strength. Merchant family leadership served as cornerstone of economic development that connected individual commercial success with imperial prosperity while maintaining trade networks that enhanced territorial wealth through systematic commercial excellence and international trade development, serving both family economic interests and imperial economic strength through effective commercial leadership and strategic market development. The commercial networks they established became models for economic power that balanced private prosperity with imperial service while building trade relationships that strengthened territorial economy through systematic commercial development and international partnership building, demonstrating sophisticated approaches to economic leadership, serving both individual wealth and collective imperial prosperity through strategic commercial management and international trade excellence.